everything happening. According to him, the spirit holds a grudge against all the students who took the exam. When Abba realizes the remaining students' lives are at risk, he tells Amanda they must capture this spirit as soon as possible. Then he asks Dadang to take them to the infirmary, where they are shocked to find another boy's body hanging instead of Karina's. Nakila suspects Karina knew they were coming and switched her body with someone else's. As they lower the boy's body, the spirit possesses Dadang, who suddenly attacks them. Nakila quickly restrains him, and Abba pulls out his secret dagger and stabs Dadang in the forehead, trying to expel the evil spirit from his body. Unfortunately, Dadang burns up as they try to exorcise the spirit from him, with an evil smile on his face. Afterward, Amanda looks at Abba in terror and points out a girl, saying she's not from the school. Suddenly, another girl appears in front of the camera and shocks them for a moment. Meanwhile, the 4 students who were taking the exam have no idea what's happening outside. They start to feel frustrated and ask Yudi to let them go, but he refuses without the principal's permission. After a while, the evil spirit possesses Inka, who then tears up the exam papers. When the others try to stop her, she injures Pasha and strangles Ariel. Yudi barely manages to save the students from her, but as they try to escape, Inka climbs the wall and blocks their way. The students start praying, hoping God will save them. Surprisingly, their prayers are answered. Inka goes up the stairs and jumps off to end her life. On the other side, Amanda, Abba, and Nakila go to the exam hall. When Nakila touches Karina's chair, she has a vision. She then goes to Abba and tells him what she saw and explains that the students are hiding in the world of the souls. And suddenly they hear someone screaming, so they run toward the sound, but they find it coming from the school playground. When they get there, they discover a girl hanging from a pole, calling for someone to help her. When Amanda sees her, she recognizes Karina. Abba asks her if she's sure, because earlier she told them that the girl had hanged herself. Amanda tells him she might have been mistaken at the time, but now she's sure it's her, and asks him to get her down. After he brings the girl down, Amanda tries to calm her, but suddenly the girl screams at her and accuses her of being the reason for everything that happened. At this moment, Abba realizes that Karina is actually a demon, so he pulls the principal back, and at that moment, Karina notices the dagger in his hand, transforms into black smoke, and escapes to the school building. Meanwhile, Pasha gets possessed and attacks Earl, but before he can do anything to him, Yudi saves Earl and they all escape to a safe place. Then the 3 of them lock themselves in the bathroom and start thinking about what to do. At this time, the possessed Pasha ends his own life too, jumping off the building. Earl breaks down when he sees his friend die before his eyes, and Nala tries to comfort him. In that moment, they hear the sound of crying coming from the bathrooms, so they open the door until they find their classmate Linda sitting, trembling with fear. Afterwards, the 4 of them decide to escape through the back gate while reciting prayers. On the other side, Abba, Nakla, and Amanda return to the detention room and find Ghost Inka there. Amanda nearly loses her mind and tells them there were 5 people in this room. Nakla realizes they escaped. Meanwhile, outside, Karina appears to the students and scares them, screaming so loudly that they fall to the ground. Then she grabs Linda, strangles her, and sucks her soul from her body. But before she can turn to the others, Abba, Amanda, and Nakla arrive. Even with Nakla's attempts, Karina overpowers her. In that moment, Abba pulls out the dagger he has, which enrages Karina even more, making her unleash a powerful shriek that shatters all the windows. Unfortunately, the glass hits Abba, and although he is in great pain, he manages to drive the demoness away. After this disaster, Nakla supports him and takes him into the exam hall, where everyone helps him lie down on the table. While dying, he reveals a dangerous secret. Karina's soul is being manipulated by a stronger, fiercer demon named Yojang Bejat. Then he gives his dagger to Nakla and tells her to destroy that demon on his behalf. After he dies, Earl asks the principal about Yojang Bejat, and she tells him he's a mad demon in human form. Then she remembers the first time she met that madman, and we flash back to when she first saw him. At that time, Amanda was a child going to school, and Yojang used black magic to hypnotize her, then took her to his secret place where he kept many girls kidnapped from her father's school as well. It turns out he was using them as sacrifices. Her father arrived with some villagers, including Abba, and the 2 fought. Hey film fans, welcome to CINEPRO, your ultimate hub for all movie recaps, from heartwarming classics to the latest blockbusters. Our movie begins at a high school called Bint Nanga Banga Secondary School. We see a classroom where students are taking an exam, and we find two students named Ariel and Pasha trying to cheat. But the principal, Amanda, who is monitoring them through surveillance cameras, catches them. She asks the supervisor to take their exam papers away, and then she tells a guard named Yudi to take these two to the detention room. After a while, another girl named Inka whispers to another student named Nala, asking her to show her the exam paper. At first, Nala hesitates, but then she agrees. The supervisor also catches them and sends them to the detention room with Ariel and Pasha. At this time, Amanda notices something strange in the sky. Some black clouds suddenly gather and cover the whole sky, but she decides to ignore it for now and goes to the detention room to talk to the students there. She tells them that they cheated, but she will still treat them fairly. Pasha tells her that she doesn't like them anyway, and that she's just taking her anger out on them. But Amanda tells them that's not true. If she really wanted to do that, she would have expelled them so they'd fail the exam completely. Instead, she's offering them a second chance, giving them new exam papers and 90 minutes to finish the test under Yudi's supervision. Meanwhile, in the main hall, the exam time ends and all the students put down their pens. At that moment, the lights in the hall start flickering, making all the students nervous. Then, a girl named Andri is possessed by an evil force. She starts screaming and crying. When Amanda hears the noise, she runs to the main hall and tells one of the supervisors to take the girl to the office. Then she calls a spiritual exorcist named Abba Ayub and asks him to come to the school urgently. At the same moment, another student gets possessed, and soon all the students in the hall are possessed one after another. This turns the classroom into chaos, as the possessed students become violent and attack the other students and teachers. Eventually, they start hurting themselves. Amidst all this, one of the students opens the door and helps his friends escape quickly, but unfortunately, he gets possessed at that moment and locks the rest of the students inside. Outside, the students who escaped warn Amanda about what happened and run toward the gate, asking Dadang, the gate guard, to open the door. But he refuses because he hasn't received orders from the principal. Before they can explain, a student named Vincent suddenly gets possessed and starts attacking everyone around him. The students try to escape by climbing over the gate, but Vincent kills them all, saying none of them will leave because the exam isn't over yet. Then he ends his own life. A little later, another boy named Anton also gets possessed, saying the exam still isn't over, and starts attacking the remaining students on the way. Everyone starts praying for God to save them from this demonic attack. Then Amanda asks Dadang to go to the gate to see if Abba has arrived. Dadang goes out hesitantly and fearfully. When he reaches the gate, he finds Abba with his assistant Nakila, but he doesn't have the courage to open the gate after the massacre that just happened. He throws them the keys and says he's too scared to go out. Nakila takes the keys and opens the gate. Once inside, they see girls running toward them, trying to escape the school. But as soon as they reach the gate, they find a mysterious force preventing them from leaving. Not only that, but one of the girls also gets possessed and runs toward the exorcist. But Nakila grabs her and makes her lose consciousness. After that, Dadang takes Abba to meet the principal. While Abba is talking to Amanda about what's happening, Nakila senses something and tells him that the power of this entity is very strong. Abba tells the principal that Nakila has sensed the entity and that everyone's life is in danger. Then Abba watches the surveillance camera footage and asks Amanda about the empty chair in the exam hall. She tells him that it belonged to a student named Karina, who ended her life today. She explains that she caught Karina cheating and threatened to expel her from school, but the girl was so scared that she fainted. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, Amanda asked Dadang to take Karina to the infirmary. But when she went to check on the girl, she saw a terrifying sight. Karina had ended her life. When Abba asks her why she didn't call the police at the time, she says she didn't want to interrupt the exam, so all she did was tell Dadang to lock up the infirmary for the sake of the exam. She did all this because she wanted a chance to win the Best School Award. After learning the whole story, Abba concludes that Karina's spirit has come for revenge and is